We here, nigga. Realest niggas by landslide. Show enough, I'm about to blow up, cause I'm tired of walking around landmines. Rap savior, hellraiser, don't worry, nigga, I claim both. One nigga that's unsigned, that's off the chain. Chain go.
Welcome to another episode of Uncork'd, the podcast. We got Corwin.
What up?
Stepdad.
What it do?
We got Hey Weezy.
You already know what it is. Rain, sleet, or snow. We gonna be good.
By default.
By default.
And we got Jay Will, a.k.a. Old Man.
Yes, sir. I am old.
And Tap In Reviews, of course. So, we have a new segment. Everybody was anticipating the podcast coming back. So, we wanted to hear from y'all, the viewers. We had people send in questions, and we finna give y'all our advice from our perspective on whatever questions y'all send in. So if you want to send in a question, the link will be in the description.
DM us, Uncork'd Pod.
Yeah, you can DM us or shoot us an email, but you will see all the information in the description.
All right, fellas. First question from our viewer.
Oh, shit.
Fellas, I'm 36. Been dating this woman for about 8 months. She's amazing, but she got a 10-year-old son and a dad is still in the picture. I don't have kids, so I'm trying to figure out how to play my role without overstepping. Do I act like a stepdad? Do I stay in my lane or just fall back? What would y'all do? First question, I'm gonna go right to Jones.
So what's the details again?
All right,
He 36. And
so he's 36. He's dating this woman for about 8 months. She's amazing. She got a 10-year-old son, but the dad's still in the picture.
Okay.
He's just pretty much trying to figure out how to do his role without overstepping. Do he act like a stepdad? Do he stay in his lane, or do he just fall back?
Hey, shit, I'm staying in my lane.
What does that mean?
So with the dad being in the picture, if he in the picture, that means he got a father figure. He don't necessarily need me for a father figure, but like if I'm dating his mother and we gonna go deeper into whatever we doing, then I would be like a bonus dad. But I'm not finna Russell Wilson the thing. And nothing against Russell Wilson because he doing a great job, him and Sierra.
You're not gonna try to change his last name?
No, I'm not gonna try to change his last name. Like that nigga might try to fight. He probably can fight good. Hell no. Fuck that.
So let's say the relationship progresses, right?
Okay.
You get married. That means y'all all living under one roof now. So how did that dynamic go?
Hopefully his daddy is mature. And I'd be cool with the nigga. Like, nigga, let's go grab a drink or something. Like, cause your son is my son, goddamn it. I gotta pay some of these bills for the little nigga too, so.
Another question. So what if you come in your room one day and find out your bonus child destroyed your TV? What'd you do now?
You can ask somebody else that. Because, and the reason I say you can ask somebody else that because stuff like that don't matter to me.
So you're not a materialistic person?
No, I'm not materialistic at all.
So there's nothing they can do to make you get like angry?
Not with it being a child. Now, if it's like years past by, he like 14, then I will probably address it with the mother first and then the father. Because, like I said, I don't have no authority over that child. So, that's just my method.
What about you, Jay Will?
Nah, I'm staying in my lane. Stay in your lane. Hey, I ain't.
So tell me more.
Good. I mean, he got a father. So, I mean, they just didn't work. So, I mean.
But again, but like I said, but what does stay in your lane look like? If y'all all in the same household, what does that mean? Yeah.
I mean, he gonna have to respect me because it's my house.
What if you don't?
What if it's our house? You just automatically assume it's your house.
I mean, okay, we married. It's our house.
Touche.
Yeah, if you used to marry, we married. It's our house.
True. Yeah.
So I mean, he gotta respect me. At the end of the day.
But again, if he don't respect you, what happens now?
I might go to the wife. I might, talk to her. 'Cause I ain't gonna put my hands on because it's not my child. I'm not gonna do none of it. It's it. No.
So like now, let's say, what if the wife didn't do what she's supposed to do to make her child respect you? Now what?
I mean, we just had that talk. I had that one-on-one talk with her.
You'll be mature about the situation.
Yeah, nah, fuck that. Cool. What you gonna do?
Nah, you gotta,
Let me go last.
yeah.
Don't worry about me.
He running. He gave me my opinion. He go get there.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
I'll just collect the information. That's all.
Like, don't get me wrong. I gotta do certain stuff because me marrying her or dating her, it comes with it. So I can't just ignore it. But like, no.
But what is your role like in the house for him though? To be a role model, right?
Yeah.
You think you can effectively lead without?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. It's like having a coach. Football. You still can have a dad at home, and then you got a coach. So
Well, I'm gonna let you finish, but I mean, I'll piggyback on after you finish your point.
still got mentors.
That's true.
Yeah, mentors. So I mean,
That's true.
I can teach him something that his dad probably can't.
But coach is discipline.
True, but they don't put their hands on you.
We ain't talking about putting hands on nobody.
I mean, whooping.
Well, coaches don't really necessarily do that. They just make you
Run.
right.
Right.
Give me 100 up and downs, and you probably won't do what you did no more. So.
Nah, you probably still do it again. Some do, but nah, man. I mean, I'm staying my lane.
All right, hey, Will, I'm 36, been dating this woman 8 months. What do I do? Stay in my lane, or I fall back, or I play the role of stepdad?
Man, like, okay. So I'm gonna give it to you two ways because I've been in this situation. So, like, in the situation, like when my son, who's 10 now, but at the time he was like 4 or 5, and like his mom started dating, and whatever the case may be. So I ain't gonna get too much into detail because we on live and all that other stuff. But whatever the case may be, like you gotta kind of have those conversations on like what you gonna do as far as like discipline and like stuff of that nature, because you know that he's gonna be staying underneath that person's roof. Like y'all said, like you gotta kind of hash those dynamics out with the wife. But like for me personally, like being on one end of it, I'm like, I had a problem with my son being disciplined, like physically by somebody else. Like I can't allow that. I can't allow that. Like, if discipline is gonna come from anywhere, it's gonna be me. So they're just period, point blank. Like, and then, in the quote that person seeking advice, they saying that the father is active. So you got to kind of factor that in. So, okay, if the father is active, what am I expecting, or what's my expectations for the person that is the stepfather in this situation? So I'm just seeking respect. That was my only thing. Like, I'm a pretty much just expect the person that is playing that role to just be a positive influence, and then to just show respect when necessary. So, for example, if the kid get out of line, go to the mother, have that conversation, and then she'll address it accordingly, and then it can get to me, and then we'll address it accordingly. Then that way you can kind of, like how you say, stay in your lane, but also, kind of alleviate yourself from any conflict, because that's a very tedious situation. Like, I don't know if y'all been in that situation, but like that situation is very tedious, because any kind of conflict between you and the child is gonna cause automatic conflict with you and the mother. So you gotta automatically kind of keep those things in the mind. But like for me, as long my only thing for the stepfather that's in that situation is to be just respectful. So what do I mean by that? So all I require is that you just show respect to my BM or like your wife at this current juncture in front of my son or in front of my daughter. So what does that mean? Like, if y'all have an argument, don't hit her or don't curse her out in front of my son. Like, that's all I require. Like, y'all can have conflict. I ain't got nothing, I'm out of it. y'all can have y'all differences. But when it comes to in front of the child, I just expected you to have a level of respect. Like, don't put your hands on her. Like, because then when stuff like that happens, that's when stuff can get out of control. Because, like, if my son come back and be like, my da-da-da hit mama while such and such, I ain't gonna lie, we not together, and that's not, that's none of my business, but it's gonna be a problem. It's just gonna be an automatic issue. There's gonna be something I'm gonna have to go address. Well, however that situation turned out, I'm sorry, but you just can't allow stuff like that to happen. So, in one instance, that's how I look at it from being like on the outside looking in. Now, if I'm in this situation, I'm operating in a similar fashion. Like, I'm gonna try to, if the father's active, I'm gonna just try to be a positive influence. I'm gonna do the things that I would expect somebody else to do. Like, if I got a disagreement, I'm not gonna, do anything in front of the child. I'm gonna respect her in that fashion. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I've been in that situation like with my first relationship way before I had kids, and it was tough. Like, I was younger at the time. I think I was like in college, and I was dating, this girl, and she had a child. And, and at first it was hard because I had feelings for this person. But, I had to accept the fact that, she got a child by somebody else. And, like, when you really care about somebody, that hurts. Like, it hurts, like, I can't really say like your ego, but it kind of like hurts because like you got so much love for this person that you don't really want them deep down inside to have like that connection with some other person. And once you have a child by somebody else, that connection is gonna always be there in the undertone. So you kind of got like a subconscious safeguard, so to say, that you're gonna always feel like some kind of way. I don't know if y'all do, but like it might be like a subliminal undertone. Like you might feel that, like, okay, this person gonna always be involved with that person's father. So like if they got their relationship and co-parentship, you gotta kind of like safeguard against it. So I mean, just to make a long story short, I know I kind of like got long-winded, but just respect is the main thing. So like showing respect in front of the child, like I agree with like pretty much the panel, like staying in your lane and just being a positive influence. But just giving insight, discipline, and things of that nature within reason, but within situationally. So whenever the situation arises, like you're not just there to try to inflict your will or try to like you're not trying to be like this person's, like you're not trying to take over the role, but you're just trying to just fit in where necessary and just be a positive influence.
Hey, I agree with all that for the most part. Quick question, because I grilled them, I had to grill you. Let's say the child lied on you to their dad. Let's say you dating a mom with a kid, but her child lied on you to his dad about something you did. How do you solve that conflict?
Now, like, if I was in that situation, like, I would probably be like, first of all, I already know the heat that's gonna come from like the father. So, like, you kind of really gotta go to the kid's mom and like break that down so she can have that conversation. Like, there's not a conversation that you need to have if you want to avoid any kind of conflict. Because at the end of the day, like, you got to kind of understand that mindset of like what's coming from the father. Like, the father is looking to protect, he's looking to defend. And I ain't gonna even lie, I can kind of revert that back to kind of like how I said I felt like, or how I would feel if my child, was being in that situation and his mom or like said something of that nature. So like, I'm gonna be upset. So if I'm gonna know this is gonna be the case, like you gotta kind of do whatever you gotta do to kind of alleviate that situation. Because if not, it's gonna become something domestic. It's gonna become something violent and things of that nature. So you gotta kind of go to the kid's mom, break that down, and get her to kind of be like a mediator, so to say. At least I would think this is kind of like the best method that you would use in that situation to kind of avoid conflict at all costs.
I'm leaving. Like, I'm dead ass. So, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because let's just say if the child is a daughter, and she lie on me, and whatever lie she tell is gonna be way more damaging than it being true or not, whatever. I gotta go because she gonna believe her child regardless if the child lying or not. And then if it's a daughter, it might be on some weird shit. I'm removing myself from the situation because I got too much to lose. Like I ain't got time for that. Like it ain't no maturity because a mother is gonna believe their child.
That's true.
They're not gonna believe me. I got to go. Like for real.
So you feel like they put you in like a dangerous situation?
Hell yeah.
That's actually pretty dangerous. Like, I know every situation is different, and every scenario is different, but that can be one of those that can cause somebody that you know to get unalive for no reason, or beat up, or.
And they don't let her tell her daddy, man. Hey, like I said, he probably can fight. No.
Hey.
And if he can't fight, I think that's more dangerous.
He gonna shoot you.
So I mean, like, so Josh, like, what is your mindset, or what would be like the way that you would handle that situation? Like, are you out like Jones, or is like, are you trying to mediate the situation?
Depends on how serious it is.
Because I ain't thinking about that dynamic, Jones. Like, especially if it's my daughter, because I got a daughter, and like, I don't know.
Because you're gonna protect her. So even if she's not, you're not gonna think about it until after the fact.
That's not
Because your mindset is you try to protect your daughter. So you're gonna go hard. You're gonna go hard at him, and then he gonna go hard back because man, he go.
Now, hey, look. Now, one thing I will say is that I hope and pray that like that, like how you said the parents gonna normally always side with the child and believe them, but like how you said the kid is hypothetically telling a lie. Like for me personally, I know my son very well. So I could kind of realize or kind of see like when he being dishonest or like, things of that nature. So I hope that the mom or who, like somebody in this situation can kind of tell or like, or kind of pinpoint this stuff. Cause like, I ain't gonna lie, like some kids, they go overboard and then some parents do too. Like they'll take stuff and run with it. Like I've seen situations like being in the daycare, with my son and my kids, like, if the daycare tell me something and then my kid's mama come back and tell me, and then some stuff I'll be like, oh man, that's nothing. And then some stuff like I take a little bit more seriously, but you kind of like walk that line. That's like in a similar situation if you was at home and then somebody's lying. Like, like you said, Corbin, like you facing a tricky situation, like as far as your well-being is concerned, because we see it all the time. Like, such and such is on the news because they got into it with this person's ex or something. Like that stuff happens often, like more often than you think. So you got to protect yourself. But like I was saying, I hope that parent can kind of decipher if their kid's like being dishonest or not. Because if not, you in a tricky situation.
So the overall scenario is tricky from the get go, right? So my answer is if I'm gonna fall back on be a stepdad or stay in my lane. If I'm going into that scenario knowingly, I'm there to be a stepdad. Now, everything y'all said within y'all lane can still be said as far as like being a stepdad. Like if you're gonna offer advice, you're gonna offer protection, you're gonna offer whatever they need, for the child to thrive in that household. Y'all say stand in the lane, but that's also being a stepdad. But another part of being a stepdad is you have to have respect. The child has to respect you, for one. Yep. And you do have to give out some form of discipline. I'm not saying hit kids. Please don't hit these kids unless, I don't know, maybe they deserve it. But don't be out here thrashing kids. We know this. But it's like, there's different ways and other ways you can, I guess, punish, but also positively correct a child. One is communication. Two is actually comprehension. If you can understand what the child is doing or understand that whole scenario, you have a better insight on how to go forward with it. So if you're going to be a stepdad, you have to be there to be, for one, be inspirational to that child, but you also have to know that, hey, this can happen. If this, and this happens, what am I going to do? Like the question I asked Jones, if the child lied on you, I'm kind of with him. No matter how long you've been in that relationship or how long you've been talking to the mom, if a lie like that it's going to disrupt the household. And if it happened once, it can happen again. So there's no real point of staying in a scenario where you think it's going to possibly get you in trouble or in danger. You see what I'm saying? Like, if they're willing to lie like that easily on you, one, you probably not a good person, because I just find it hard to believe that somebody's going to lie on somebody they like. So I'm saying, true. So it's like, I think that's hard to believe, but you know what I mean? But it's like, if you're going to be a stepdad, you have to be fully aware of what you get yourself into. And if you're doing that, you can be a bonus dad. You can be the additional coach to that child. Like, it is not, I ain't gonna say there's nothing wrong with it, because again, there's pros and cons to everything. Would I do it? I don't know, but you know. So it's like, you have to go into it being just fully aware of what scenario and who the mom is, for one, if she has comprehension skills, because you're gonna have to be able to talk to her if something goes on with that child.
He said she amazing.
He did say that she's amazing. So I would assume that she has common sense, right?
Yeah, hopefully, like, that's gonna be a big factor.
I'm about to say, the common sense part is what gets me. Like, she could be amazing in a lot of categories, but if she don't have comprehension skill or common sense, don't really help you none. Especially when it comes to tough scenarios like that. But again, if she's amazing, the child should be amazing. Therefore, if you're an amazing person, when you get with them, it should be a good scenario, ideally. But you know, we all know that we probably know more negative stories about that than positive.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But I've seen stories go both ways where, like, especially being on TikTok, where people will tell their story and the mom believe the nigga in the house over the daughter or whatever.
Yeah.
Because typically it's going to be like with daughters, which I hate that, but even if it is with a son, because sons, we talking about worse than worse. Because, like, lying on me is one thing, but lying on me where it's like the worst of worst, you really can't recover from that. Like, regardless if it's true or not. Like,
if it go to you get to that point, they like, if it's like one of real lies where, like, hey, he did something to me or he hit me or stuff like that, it's hard to come back from stuff like that unless you know your child a liar.
Yeah.
See, so but if your child not a known liar and then out the blue they do some shit like that,
yeah, that could be. Yeah,
which we know kids are manipulative,
right? Or mischievous.
Mischievous. You know what I'm saying? They might not understand the full scope of what they about to do. Can do with it to everything, but it can happen. But again, if she's a good child, the woman's good. Like, you kind of can avoid that for the most part. Now, if we go out here and date some hood booger or some regular chick that no common sense or whatever, she might have a child that might not be disciplined enough to know, good from bad, good from wrong. Now, if you put yourself in that scenario, that's your fault. But anyway,
and real quick, like, that's why I kind of feel like, majority of the people would choose to stay in your lane approach to avoid and safeguard from stuff like that.
that's true.
Like, so, like, when you stand in your lane, you kind of like just doing what's necessary and kind of like just, I ain't gonna say going through the motions, but you just kind of like doing what's necessary in order to avoid conflict. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people can, like, try to like do too much and like try to be that kid's father when they got a father already. And that can kind of cause like conflict and confusion within the child to where they might do something manipulative or, depending on the relationship with, that child and they real biological father, or whatever the case may be, that could kind of cause conflict, like trying to do too much or trying to over discipline or trying to be strict or whatever the case may be. Like, you stand in my house now.
See, that's the
or,
thing.
this my wife and this my house, so you got to abide by these rules. Like, being strict. Like, you got, like these situations happen. Like you got some people that go into like, once you gotta kind of make that adjustment to like, your mom is married now, so we gotta live with this person and like, so you gotta kind of make that adjustment. So now you gotta kind of be decisive on like what kind of role you want to play. Like that's what that person is asking. So like to avoid situations like that, you kind of want to kind of like massage your way through the situation to kind of like see what you need to be and be the person that you need to be when necessary.
So let me pose another question. So, of course, in the original prompt, he said the dad is active in the life, right?
Right.
Now, let me ask y'all this. What makes it harder, if the dad is not active or if he's active? Which is the harder scenario?
You gotta be when you're active.
You think that's harder?
On the step, dude, yeah.
Now,
If there's no father there, it's easy.
You think it's harder, Jones? Before I give my take.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go 2 answers, but it all depends on the maturity of the active father, because you could be active and immature. Mm-hmm. If you immature, it's gonna make it hard. Mm-hmm. But if you active and mature, it's gonna make it easier for me because there's less of a burden on me financially. And if you mature, like the little nigga or little chick got 2 dads. Nigga, you got 2 dads. So it all depends on the maturity of the active dad.
You think it's hold on, go ahead.
No, I gotta go back to Jones because now he gotta answer the inactive part. Because there is no maturity issue if somebody's absent. So now you gotta tell me what you would do, or if it's
I'm saying the answer would be it would be harder if he was immature.
No, but he's saying like if he asking if it's harder if the person is active or inactive.
Okay,
so if the person is
active,
completely absent, how would it be? Or is that easier if the person is just not in the picture at all?
Preferably if
you would prefer that.
Yeah, 6 feet.
Oh, I ain't saying dead. Damn.
I mean, but
I'm just saying.
So how is it hard? Like,
but he ain't gonna be dead to me.
Pretty much, I'm just saying though, like minus being, deceased or whatever. So you saying that you would? I ain't gonna even say you would prefer, but like you just saying it would be a easier task for you, like as far as you dating this girl and like incorporating. And
how about I tell you what I prefer? If I had to put it in order, what I would prefer, preferably active dad with some maturity. Second preference, no dad at all. Last preference would be
active dad but immature.
Yes, okay. That would be my order.
Okay.
So same question to you. You think it's harder if they're active or if they not in the picture at all?
I would definitely say it's a lot easier if it's just no dad involved. But I ain't gonna lie, like the dynamic of the, like the dynamic of the person that you with is kind of different when you dating somebody like with an active father and no active father. Like, cause like, for example, like if you dating a person or, a young lady that has a child, but the father is not active, they kind of like, are looking for that father figure. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for someone that can be there. You know what I'm saying? Or opposed to like, the expectations of you is different. Opposed to somebody with an active father, you just looking for somebody to connect with. Not the dual combo of like looking for somebody to connect with and making sure that they could be a father figure for the child. So, I would say like, definitely it's a lot easier if somebody's definitely not in the picture, but it can kind of be easier in both regards if the person is actually there and mature, like Jones said, because, their financial burden is going to be there. And naturally, you're going to want to ease some of that financial burden on your wife or somebody that you heavily involved with, because you know that they are taking care of that child solo. Like just all them, probably no support, this, that, and the third. So once you incorporate that person to your household, now you got to kind of factor this stuff in. So are you looking at it? Do you want easier financially, or do you want easier mentally and emotionally? That's kind of like, like the kind of tug of war, so to say, that you will be asking yourself.
That's a good question. What would y'all want? Easier financially or mentally?
Mentally.
I'm choosing mentally as well.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah.
Like it's I ain't gonna say it's easier to get more money, but if I had to choose which one I want to gain, like I'd rather.
Hey, once you
Money
lose
comes and
your
goes,
mental, it ain't no guarantee that's coming back.
Yeah.
You can lose money, that come back.
Money goes and comes though.
But think about it like this: if you opt for the mental ease, you also gotta put on the burden of being a father figure now. So now you gotta erase, like, okay, I don't have to be the father figure. I can just get in where I fit in. Opposed to now I gotta take on this extra finances to kind of make sure everything is stable because I got an extra child in my household, and I gotta also be a stable father figure for this. Not no more part time. Not no more stay in your lane. Now you are the father figure now. Like this kid is gonna probably be calling, like depending on the age of the child, like this person is gonna know you as their father. Like I grew up in that situation to where I call my stepdaddy, he's dad. You know what I'm saying? So now you gotta kind of remove yourself from the stay in your lane role to now I'm the father figure.
So why would you even talk to her then if you worry about that?
No. Everything is amazing. We gotta kind of use the situation that's given to us. Like you can't choose the situation.
That's what I'm saying though. Like if you worry about that, why would you even talking to her?
But
Because you knew she had a kid, so you know that comes with it.
So now you answer the question. Now if the father is completely absent, we are like everybody is kind of in, agreeing that like that's much easier to handle. Like if there's just nobody.
That's part of it though. If you
but are you gonna be willing to be like the primary father figure now?
If I'm gonna talk to her, I got it. That's part of the game. That's part of it.
But is it easier mentally, really? Or like, do you feel like that's less of a burden, or you think there's more of a burden, or you just saying like they're just cool?
You gonna date her? What's the reason you dating her then? Honestly, if you know she got a kid,
well, yeah,
and you want to be a father, so I probably gonna have that conversation because you probably still want a kid from her, right?
Yeah.
So okay, so you know that come with it.
So let me answer it, right?
Okay.
So let me answer it.
That makes sense.
I think it go a couple of different ways, right? So if you normally dating her and the father is not there, you automatically should assume, hey, I have to take on most of these responsibilities.
Right.
If you're going into this now, you automatically have to assume that. If you don't, you're naive and you know this ain't gonna work. The one thing I will disagree with y'all about, I think it's easier to a certain degree if the father is active. Think about it. That's like having another parent to help you and your wife out. So I think what I'm about to say. Let's say you and your girl, you and your wife, she got the child. When y'all want to go places and go out of town, y'all gotta find babysitters. Guess what? It automatically has one. The dad. Now you can go places. If you want to, hey, let's say if you want to stay in your lane as the man in the house, but you want to stay in your lane, you no longer don't have to take on the hard conversations you will have to have with that child. You let the dad do it. So that eases your mental. Because now you don't have to do that per se. He has a dad for it or she has a dad for it. So when you factor in those two things, like, okay, those are benefits of a bonus dad. Now you got people, like I said, and then the third, money. If the dad is active, the child is getting money. That's more money into your household because there's less money than you come out your pocket.
You still got to spend on the child.
You're still gonna spend. I'm not saying you spend zero.
Like for dinners and stuff like that, because they stay there naturally. So
But let's say for example, school about to start. His dad or her dad got all the school clothes.
You still
all
gonna
the
buy
shoes.
school clothes too, though.
But you don't have to spend. You don't have to spend the exact amount.
In the house with you. You telling me you're not gonna buy no school clothes?
Think about it, Josh.
Oh, wow.
I would assume you will be a great father, right? And let's just say,
I hope and pray I do.
so, let's say in this scenario, you send your child, to live where her mother or his mother and her boyfriend or whatever. But you spent $1,000 on school clothes and shoes.
Hold on, you saying if I had a baby mom and I had. Oh no, he ain't gonna do that himself.
Exactly. So
but everything gonna probably think just like you.
Exactly.
You don't know that. I don't know like that though. But I'm saying he gonna still buy something though. Like you not gonna sit and tell him he ain't gonna buy nothing for the child.
But Josh, you spend $1,000, he don't have to match your $1,000. He can go spend $100.
He might not have to. But what I'm saying,
but he's saving $900 off the rip because you're there. You see that? You see what I'm saying?
So
That's still
opposed to you being like you got to buy all the uniform.
Yeah.
Like because again, that person completely absent, so you gonna have to.
you got to buy.
You got to buy all the uniform.
sign me up for the one that ain't got no father, man.
And you,
I ain't got time.
and you know kids get bullied, so you got to buy on real clothes. If not, they gonna get destroyed at school.
But
I ain't
again,
gonna buy no fake clothes.
I ain't gonna lie. Look, I'm gonna dig into the.
I ain't gonna buy the most expensive, but I'm just saying, ain't
No, I'm trying to tell you. I'm gonna dig into the undertone of why Josh says this. 'Cause it sounds ridiculous, but I know why. Because look, I promise you, in the undertone, it hurts. No man wants to see the love of your life have that connection with another man. That's what it boils down to. Man. That's why Josh willing to do all the stuff that you eloquently explained.
Bro, you really think that woman connected to any other man?
He don't care about that. He want absence. Want to know why? Because it's the machismo. It's the male
It's the male ego.
It's like the male ego.
It's all male ego, Josh. It is. It's all male ego.
It's like something small that boils down at the bottom of your gut that you just really can't. It's like although you accept it and you kind of try to cope with it. And I'm being, I'm just trying to be honest. Like you love this person and like you just really just try to accept everything that comes with her. Like that's what that kind of brought towards that connection to make you see past the fact that she have a child. Like most people don't accept it. Like there's a lot of people that don't date people with kids. Period. Like that's a no.
But
you know what I'm saying? But like for people that do, like something small inside of you, I'm trying to tell you, like
no.
That's
like, not why.
You are even willing to do all of the things that was currently stated. Are you willing to pay all of the expenses for the child if the father absent? You willing to pay for all the school clothes? You willing to
gonna sit down and do homework?
Father figure?
You gonna sit down and do homework?
But I'm just saying, you willing to assume a full-time role only if that person is completely absent. But if that person is in their child's life, you just kind of got like a stay in your lane, shoulders length, maybe approach, maybe.
If the father's there, I'm staying in my lane. He got a father. He or she got a father. If he don't,
but you would choose the option of like no father at all.
Yeah, you think that's easier?
You feel like that's like a more of a easier burden mentally on you.
Yeah.
It all really boils down to what Jonathan said though. It's like
the protection part, maybe or like that's the safety issue. Like you ain't got to kind of deal with that conflict or drama. Kind of like what women feel like towards men. Like I don't want no drama. I don't want no beat. Drama. Somebody blowing on my phone. Like that'd be a main disclaimer. Like that's
that's the maturity that Jonathan was talking about though. Like say if the active father is mature, there should be no need for none of that.
Well, yeah, I'm cool with it then.
But again, everything is dependent on every adult in this scenario's maturity
exactly.
level.
Because
every last person.
If he proactive with that,
if you gonna date somebody with a baby daddy,
still love his baby mama, bro.
I feel terrible.
If you gonna date somebody with a baby daddy or baby mama, you need to assess that person you're dating and the person they had the child with, because that person is not in part of your life.
So, hey, real quick, I hate the Boost Corwin's like point about like how his thought process is about women. But is this a major reason why women always say like if you got a no baby mama drama, because they automatically already know that the women in this equation are automatically gonna be
It's harder.
It's automatically gonna be harder. So they don't trust the women already off the bat. So they like in the opposite spectrum. That's why women be like, oh, no baby mama drama or no such and such, because they already know women in this equation ain't gonna see it. Because if a woman has a child and the man start dating another woman, she'll be like, don't have my son or daughter around it. That bitch better ought to be trying to be her mama. Like, oh my God, that's what you should want.
That's
they don't know how to cook.
That's because they still want each other though.
Oh, it's a problem.
They still want each other.
Hey, that's crazy.
If it's like that, they still care and want each other.
Subject either. I ain't mean to shift it, but I just kind of wanted to feed into that mental. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the thought process is different, kind of like how we react to in this situation opposed to like, you know, certain situations. But
if you like drama, man, by all means, date whoever with whatever they got. Because if you like drama, you're gonna get it. Especially if you don't assess the people correctly. But my thing is, like I said, if you going into any of these scenarios, you have to fully understand what the hell you getting yourself into. Don't come in here and be like, man, I didn't know about this. Because now you going to be looking stupid. You're going to be asked out of money and emotions and time. So it's like, you just be aware of what you're doing. I ain't going to tell you what to do either way. It's up to y'all. I don't really care. I know what I would do. But it's just like, be aware of what you're doing. There's pros and cons to literally every situation, every scenario. When you walk out your door, is a pro and con to how quick you lock your door. That's pro and con to everything.
Hey, look, and real quick before you wrap it up and go to the next topic, like, would we say, like, in these situations, majority of the onus and, like, I ain't gonna say the power lies within, like, the woman in this situation? Like, I feel like she has a big role in kind of making sure things stay level or stay afloat. Because it's ultimately her reaction that's going to dictate what happens in the end. Like, what does she do in it? Like, how she reacts in whatever situation arises is going to ultimately dictate what happens in this situation. Like, that's why Jones was kind of like, I'm out. Like, he don't even want a chance. Like, because he knows. Like, he don't trust the mental of the female mind. And I ain't gonna even say it's that.
No,
but I'm not gonna say it's that. But I ain't gonna speak for you. But I'm just saying, like, just to get to the main point, like, the woman in this situation ultimately holds the cards in, like, what's gonna ultimately happen here. Like,
but his reasons for being out is not because of that, though.
I mean, what else?
Because he said the child.
But he's saying like the child.
Why he was out because the child lied, and 9 out of 10.
But it's because the mother is gonna believe. He believes the mother is gonna believe the child.
Most parents is until they find out it's a lie.
That's part of it. The reason I'm out because the fact that the accusation happened, it can be much damaging on me where I ain't got a chance with another single mother.
Or do you also feel like you don't have a chance?
Anybody else?
He's gonna vacate the premises.
Chance in that situation
I mean, it's just damaging because think about it, like if it was like something major, if I'm a career man or whatever, I can lose my job, I can lose my credibility. It's too much I can lose off an accusation. That's why I'm out.
I mean, it ain't even about that per se. Before you even get to that,
and then I feel like for the most part they're gonna believe their child. So
okay.
So before you even get to like career act and who you are as a person, like how you can lose that. My main thing is I want peace in my household. That one little lie can fuck up the whole household before you even get to my job or the outside public. No, that kind of stuff. Cause these are people I gotta live with. So if I'm like, damn, if I'm looking at you and I'm raising you, I'm looking at you and you lie on me, I'm like, you lied on me? Like, in my mind, I know this is finna sound really crazy. I'm like, you already are not mine by blood, and you will go so low as to lie on me. How can I trust you, even if you're a child? Like, that kind of stuff kind of creeps in my mind. Like, how can I trust you? But again, the maturity level of all the adults in this scenario, if the mom is mature enough, and she know a child, she be able to talk to him and all that kind of stuff and diffuse the situation. But if that's not the case, I think it's best to remove yourself altogether, because you're not gonna no longer have peace if you don't trust a person walking in your house, and even if that person is 8 years old, you know what I'm saying? Because that's going to dictate how you treat that child going forward. And I think if you already got that type of mindset, just exit right now. Get on out.
So, do y'all want to shift topics?
We can.
Okay, so it was something I seen trending on the internet. They was talking about pretty privilege and pretty punishment. So, like, let's keen in on the pretty privilege. What's the male equivalent of pretty privilege?
Athletes and rappers.
I ain't gonna necessarily. I ain't gonna.
Money and status.
I actually disagree.
Well, I would say anything that's seen as like
Musicians, not rappers.
like positions that's, you know what I'm saying, like that push you on mainstream or on Front Street. Like pretty privilege like applies to like those persons that are like easier on the eyes, like more handsome or whatever the case may be, or like women that are like lighter tone or pretty. You don't even gotta be lighter tone. I ain't gonna even break it down that. But if you are just aesthetically pleasing to the eye, you automatically get boosted to the forefront or get privileges that those like normal people just don't get. You can apply it to a whole bunch of different factors. Like if you go to a club and you sitting in line, if a very beautiful woman come to the club and is in that line, bouncer is gonna let her in ASAP.
Okay, I think we need to define what is pretty privileged for women. So getting in the clubs.
If you get pulled over in traffic for a police officer, I can assure you, a beautiful woman is gonna probably not get the ticket, opposed to. I don't like people ugly. I don't know. I could be ugly.
Someone that doesn't have pretty privilege.
Somebody that's not
if a beautiful or gorgeous woman goes to churches, how much more okra she gonna have in her bag than a normal person?
She gonna have a whole side of okra with fries, and they not gonna mix. You know like how you eat the church's fries and it's okra in it?
Super bad shit go to churches and order 2 pieces of chicken and leave that bitch with a whole box of shit. I can assure you. Well, look, I'm trying to tell you, dog. Well, but look, you can equate it to anything like Steph Curry. Steph Curry in the NBA, he is like lighter skin. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's more aesthetically pleasing to like whiter fans. Like they are typically appeased to more like lighter tone blacks. Like that just stuff is just reality. Like light skin. I mean, look, pretty privileged, dog. Like this stuff can apply in a whole different.
You know what I said? What's the male equivalent? So like
the handsome rights. That's what we're gonna call our version.
I mean, you still or I don't know.
I can't think of too many with words that go with like privilege.
I can't think of, but like so like we know women benefit from their beauty, the ones that's like generally beautiful to majority of people.
Right.
So it's men out there. So Corwin said rappers and athletes.
Yeah, that's why
I actually disagree because that's money.
But facial, like, you know what I'm saying, people like how you look sells.
I understand. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't just do rappers and athletes because it can be a regular guy if he's aesthetically pleasing and beautiful.
I'm not limited to just them two.
Versus me or any other regular nigga.
Okay, and one of the reasons why I said athletes, tall. Being tall is a privilege. Like you get some type of pretty privilege for being tall.
I feel like that'll be the closest privilege, height, because any nigga 6'3"
Ain't that right, Josh?
I don't know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, like things as far as height is concerned, like that's a God given. So like everybody is not gonna be blessed enough to be tall. So like, I mean, that you can kind of put like height in the same category as an adjective as far as being pretty.
Yeah.
Because like, everybody's not blessed enough to be aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Like, it just is what it is. Like, God made everybody different. Everybody's not gonna look good. I'm sorry, chat. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But, with that being said, height kind of fits into that category. Like, it's something that you have to be blessed with. So that means people that are naturally taller automatically get more attention than somebody that's... Because trust me, if you're a short dude, it's a wrap.
It depends.
I ain't gonna say a rap. I'm sorry, short guys, but I'm just saying, like,
no, like,
you gonna be put to the bottom.
I'm saying it depends, but I actually agree. Like, my depends was going to be on the leaser population, so it don't matter. Like, it's some niggas that's short that got it, but majority of short niggas ain't got it. I mean, let me not say that. My bad, short niggas.
And I ain't gonna look.
I'm short.
What you consider short?
Me?
But you ain't. Nah. But I'm just saying. Like,
according to women, you're short.
Yeah. Because they look at 5'11" and 6'1" like it's a 5-inch height difference.
Yeah, on God.
If you 5'11" and the other nigga 6'1", you 5 inches shorter than him.
And then look, but that same, like, the same way that you get a boost from being tall is also seen as a negative for being short. Like, it could be a handsome guy, but if you 5'2" and you handsome, you gonna get deemed. Like, oh God, what I'm saying,
I mean, Kevin Hart like 5'3".
But I'm just saying, like, other than that, like, you could be a handsome,
but
if you a short dude that's like 5'2", you get dinged for that. Like, it's women that's looking past you because, like, oh no, I can't take a picture with him. Oh no, like, it's gonna look like I'm talking to my son or something. like you get dinged for that. So it kind of goes.
Rappers is short though, right?
But they rappers
And they famous.
famous. They got money.
Once you have money,
it
everything
erase
gets
other shit. Erase qualifiers once you got bread.
Yeah. Or
like, that's why Habib be like 5'2", wear a turban, but he worth like 30 billion and he got all kind of wives. Like, trust me. Hey, trust me.
We thought that nigga that was at the fight.
Yeah.
Hey, that nigga was everywhere.
He was sleeping.
But he don't want to finna do that flag football shit. But that's another topic for another day.
We got to
He finna start an organization.
Yeah, Tom Brady finna get in on that shit, allegedly.
But to go back to the original point, height isn't like, if you tall, you automatically get this a part of some pretty privilege. Now, like how he equated it to like rappers, that's why I said like Steph Curry. Or like when you equate it to the rap field, it's a lot of great rappers by like Drake and Chris Brown.
Okay, I'll give you a promise.
Like, you name the light-skinned rappers and famous artists and name that's great. But I ain't saying it's mutually exclusive. But name people that's all within that same
How tall is
category.
Draymond? 6'6"?
Yeah, about 6'6".
How tall is Kelly Oubre?
About 6'7", 6'8".
Okay, so we got two tall niggas, two niggas in the NBA. One nigga got pretty privilege and one nigga don't. Both of them, and one of them probably got more money than the other nigga. So,
but one person is better than the other person. So when you equate, equate people.
More women know
plane.
Kelly Oubre than Draymond Green.
Well, I don't know. I mean, possibly the tsunami poppy.
But he might not have the privilege, but guess what he got? He still got privilege.
Well, he got pretty privilege.
He's tall, he got money, and people know him.
And he's attractive.
Those are three things.
I mean, no homo. I mean, but like, if you look at the block, like him and who else they say pretty in the NBA?
Jalen Green.
They say Jalen Green. Some might say Jordan Clarkson.
Why? So we naming all light skinned and mixed people?
Apparently, shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but I ain't even equating.
Some people like
that.
Shea Gilgeous.
I'm saying like
he
people
can dress
that's
his ass
on like on an equal playing field as far as talent is concerned. The person that's more aesthetically pleasing has more endorsements, has more camera time. Like Steph Curry is almost, I ain't gonna even say he's on the same level as LeBron, but it's close. But Steph Curry got just as many endorsements. He gets just as much attention because he's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. He sells.
And he more relatable too.
Yeah,
because he's not swole. He's not super tall. He like a regular dude. ain't light skinned, so that helps a little bit.
It's crazy. Calling
trust
niggas
me,
6'3"
like,
regular
trust
dude.
me.
But I get what you're
listen,
saying.
compared to everybody else in the
Compared to
NBA,
his
he looks
surroundings.
regular as hell.
There was a whole bunch of talented people that could shoot the ball, but Steph Curry, I mean, I ain't gonna say they was on the same level, but
They're
they
not even
didn't
close.
sell jerseys and sell it the way that Steph Curry does because I mean he got a certain level of cachet. Like Drake, he light skinned. Would he be as big as he is if he was like darker tone? I don't think so.
I agree.
I don't know.
think so. I mean, that just I don't know who's like
So,
Kendrick.
so
Like,
is skin privilege the thing? Like skin color?
Don't get me started because I'm gonna bring in the Jeff theory. Shout out to my boy Jeff. I'm gonna mention you. Don't worry, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about the light skin theory. But hey, look, I'm just saying that, like, to go back to pretty privilege, and we can get into pretty punishment, but like, it's something to be said about being more aesthetically pleasing. Like, it just, situationally, you can
Travis
get
Hunter
yourself
just cut
out.
his hair. Why you think he cut his hair?
Because he gonna get more endorsements.
Why? Because
He like a wild. Man,
And hey, good.
be
That's
honest.
crazy but true, man.
but
when he cut
again,
his hair,
but
everybody
he-
was like, "Oh shoot."
And
He
he-
ain't told him to do it. I think.
he finna be in a lot more commercials. He
Yeah,
finna be way more marketable now.
But I feel like if he
I
was
mean, you can
if he
use-
was more established, he probably could keep his hair. But he's not yet.
Man, nah, he did right.
So I mean,
Name one that's established that keep their hair.
Troy Polamalu.
that's one. But
He
man,
got
but
inches,
he got
though.
Hawaiian hair. So I can't use him.
Pause.
That one dread, and he was in a shampoo
Damn,
commercial.
I mean, because even if you say Lamar is not marketable. Like, he do got deals because he's Lamar, but he will have way more if he was Patrick.
He probably won a Super Bowl.
Who?
Lamar.
Hey,
Yeah, 'cause I just saw a Jalen Hurts commercial. Like, man, that could have been Lamar. Bro.
Pretty privilege. Prime example.
But yeah, but like
Women say he's 90s fine.
But you also gotta.
What you say?
You know what I'm saying?
I just repeated what the women said.
I say you better answer that, bro.
Like winning makes you marketable, but being marketable and being like having those certain aesthetics and charisma also gonna make you push you into certain commercials. Like if you got all of it and you're winning, that's why I kind of brought up people on the same playing field of all things are equal. And then I bring up somebody that's light skinned and then somebody that's maybe a darker tone that's not more, that could have the same level of talent, but you feel like, wow, they should be out there just as much as this person, but why not? You know what I'm saying? It's because this person sells more. This person is more aesthetically pleasing to the white community. Because look, ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's majority white people that's gonna be buying the product because they have majority of the population. So this is the person that you're trying to sell to, ladies and gentlemen. So being lighter tone, is gonna help you. Trust me.
It's 2025. I don't think it's much of an emphasis on you have to be light skinned or lighter tone. I think if people just like you, they'll buy from you now at this point. Like I said, if you're just likable, they're gonna buy from you. It don't matter what you really look like.
Well, yeah. Advent of social media kind of nicks
There's some hurt celebrities out here
Yeah.
that people just love because of who they are.
I bet you won't. No, I don't name one. So what about pretty punishment? So the little thing I was seeing that it was women talking about pretty privilege, but they were talking about the downsides of being pretty, and I feel like it's a fair assessment.
What would be considered the downside?
So I guess if you're an attractive woman, you probably gonna get shot at a lot as far as niggas trying to shoot their shot. Which is a good thing, but could be a bad thing depending on the nigga you approach. If you are attractive, you probably got a greater chance of being abducted as opposed to a booger wolf.
I don't know now, John. I don't.
think all women get attention. So that's my thing.
Nah,
I'm just thinking.
Oh,
These my thoughts. I don't know.
you think they out here kidnapping fine women?
Well, I'm saying.
You heard about that one girl got killed because of that. She was a model though.
But yeah,
I mean,
it's a possibility that
always
could
gonna
be
be
more
it's
dangerous.
always gonna be certain things, but I don't know.
Okay, how about this? They can't go to the gas station and peacefully. Pretty well.
Can't no girl go to the gas station peacefully.
But that.
But
if you pretty,
It's always more.
worse.
Yeah, it's always gonna be more to you. I agree with that.
you gotta get the dude from over here at Waste Management shooting at you. You gotta worry about me. You gotta worry about bruh in the gas station that's working the register.
Dude in the car in the passenger seat or somebody else car.
So look, I agree with that. Like,
don't park too far away. You gotta walk past multiple cars to get to your pump.
But the fact that you still walking inside and paying for gas,
I ain't gonna say it's harassment, but to that person, I can see why it would feel like they being harassed all day because it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. Like a bunch of people keep doing it, and it's gonna just become automatically annoying.
Yeah, I agree.
I can kind of see that, mental side of it.
Cause you done been to heard everything under the sun. By the time you like 18 years old, you done heard everything almost. You see what I'm saying? So it's different. But I'm gonna add to you another negative of how they get punished. Girls don't like other pretty women.
This is
girls
true.
Don't like girls at all.
and it kind of actually go for the light skin too, just because my sister talked about like when she was growing up, like how her just being light skinned, other women would just accuse her
envious.
of
the jealousy,
or just saying she feel like she better than other people. Where like, man, I'm just like you. I'm less melanated.
Right. You just like she probably was just being normal and doing what she's doing, and then just kind of caught unnecessary flack because people thought, or the normal, person that she was probably playing with around just felt like she was prettier than them, or just jealous by default. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just natural jealousy.
Do regular niggas hate on pretty niggas?
I don't know if that applies to guys.
They don't hate on pretty dudes. They hate on dudes that might get a lot of women.
Yeah.
So they don't necessarily mean that they're pretty.
Makes
could be like drug dealer. It could be the athlete of the school. It could be
I kind of agree with that because
SGA president. It
because
could be
like
drum major. It could be anything.
You
sound like Clancy, but okay.
But no, I take that back. I ain't gonna say I disagree with Corwin, but I can kind of refine it because, like, if you one of the cats that's getting all the women, dudes, like you might have natural haters. Okay, cool, that's common. But if you a pretty boy and you getting all the women, that's kind of a different dynamic. Cause drug dealer getting all the women, ain't nobody rolling up on him or ain't nobody testing him. But pretty boy getting all the women, drug dealer and other jocks or somebody trying to test him. They trying to test his machismo. They trying to test his manhood on some type shit. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna say I fell into like a pretty boy category, but I kind of been on both sides of the fence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dudes are gonna try a pretty boy or somebody quote unquote in that mode because they feel like that they can be like they feel like they can kind of up that person in a certain regard to kind of like, natural competition for the woman, so to say. Mm-hmm. So like if I bump into the dude that's a pretty boy in the cafeteria and try to box him, like he take an L, that's gonna look bad on his resume. He a pretty boy. He probably can't fight. Or you know what I'm saying? He wearing heel figure. He wearing polo. I don't know. But dude with the saggy jeans or something, he can't get old girl attention. But that same dude, he ain't trying drug dealer that's pulling up in the box Chevy. Well, come on, man. What's up? Like, he worried about him.
412s in the back, huh?
They ain't trying them, but so to piggyback on what you said, like the hate is gonna be there, but it depends. Like light skinned dude, that's wearing the pink shirt, trying to be all off, and then I'm like, who is this wearing this pink shirt? He Playboy?
So are people haters? So women don't like pretty women, dudes don't like pretty dudes. What's going on here?
Man,
and we know it's not them they don't like. It's the attention that they get is what they don't like. So are we that thirsty for attention?
Most people like attention.
Yeah, everybody likes attention.
But
for the
think
most
about
part.
like if you let's just say you were a group of people and it's a pretty nigga or a pretty woman in your
It
group.
sounds weird you saying it.
So I don't
Pause.
It's a pretty nigga or a pretty woman in your group, and they get all the attention. I can see why somebody could be envious. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's just say it's a group of girls, one pretty chick, two regular chicks,
And 2 duds.
it's gonna be a little three piece. So
Nah.
Charlie's Angels?
if 10 guys approach that 3 group of women at separate times, that pretty one is probably gonna get approached way more.
I disagree. Let me tell you why. Let's say if it's a group of 3, guys assess who they think they can get first. Now, there may be some shooters out here that's gonna shoot at everything, but they're gonna assess who they think they can get first. So if the person they can get looks like it's like number 3 on the beauty ranking, that's who everybody's gonna go to. They're like, oh, she's the easiest one. I'm going to her. Because they know girls who are actually attractive and beautiful, they're a little bit more harder challenge. So they go for the lesser challenge a lot of times.
Okay, so typically the dudes that shoot their shot, they're shooters. So like, if you aiming for somebody that's on the not the best in the group, you probably not a natural shooter. But shooters that, because you gotta think about it. Typically, women, we see pretty women with, I guess, a decent or average looking guy. Because that average looking guy shot they shot. All the niggas not shooting they shot at them. So I agree with you to an extent. But like, typically, if you approaching 3 women, you are a shooter. You ain't. If one nigga approaching 3 women, you a shooter.
So it's 3 girls in the group, 2 8s and a 6. Who gonna get shot at the most?
You said 2.
I think all 3 gonna get shot at me.
Well, see,
I said the most.
That's too high. You gotta
well, if only one approacher, one of the 8s.
Let's say 50 dudes. No, it's 100 dudes approach these 3 girls. Who you gonna have the most?
I don't think the 6 will be mad because she'll get enough guys to approach.
6 is not terrible. That's above average.
No, I agree with what you're saying. But like a 6 next to an 8, you can tell a 6 by herself looks better than a 6 next to an 8.
But I've seen girls hold their own, and they might not be on par with their friend group, but they hold their own.
What you mean?
And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm laughing because it's funny.
I don't know what that means. How is he
They still can hold their own. Like a 6 is not terrible. Now a 4 and an 8, that's like way different worlds. But 6 ain't that far away from 8.
If you a 6, you can do some stuff to kind of beef yourself up, or like you can kind of dress up, or you can do some stuff to exemplify yourself in order to be like.
And 6 is the best she can do.
That's just not bad. Average is 5.
No, I'm asking. Is 6 is the best she can do?
She might be a 7 on her best days, like her prom and wedding photos.
Like if you a 6, like on your
Cause she gonna
best
get married,
day,
huh?
Like when you dress up, you can be a 7, but on your down day, you can be a 5 or a 4. Ugh. Bonnet days. You feel me? But like, look, I ain't gonna lie. Like that's kind of tricky right there. I ain't gonna lie. It's tricky.
So you don't like the buddy Haywood?
Nah, I mean, I don't know. I be asking this question all the time. Like, man, when I be seeing the chick in the bunny, is this the cover up fresh hairdo, or is this to hide a travesty? Which one is it? Like, I was trying to guess under there. I be wishing I'm Clark Kent. I be wanting X-ray vision so I can see what's under there, cause I might be trying to shoot.
So if you got X-ray vision, the first thing you gonna look at under that bunny?
Hey, look. I'm like, hey, excuse me. How you doing? Take your bonnet off, really? I'm trying to see some, cause I need to know. All right, is it? Hey, look. Are you high fashion or are you just in the dumps? I don't know. Are you recovering from a lace front that you just took off? I'm trying to see how does stuff like that happen, or like why? Like, I don't know. Like,
Because again, the attention is the number 1 drug in this entire planet.
I will say
food probably number one, but attention probably number two. So it's like people love attention, Haywood. So even if it's negative attention, they still want it, whether they gonna admit it or not. So that's why they would go to the extremes of doing extra stuff to get this attention. It is what it is. Like people go on TikTok and sit a phone in front of their face.
I will say
for
this.
attention.
If I'm going out, and let's just say I'm single, which I am single, but let's just say I'm going out, and
Hint, hint.
you know, like how you got like a wingman or some shit. I'm not finna pick a nigga that's astronomically more attractive than me to be my wingman.
Hey.
Why not, Jada?
Cause I'm not stupid.
Hey, look, then you can play winger in like a bunch of different situations. Like,
So you feel like the wingman gonna end up getting the girl you want?
Holland's not finna be my wingman.
man, look, hey,
I knew we were going with this.
that's why when you gotta
I
kind
knew you was gonna
of,
say
you
that's all I
gotta
know
play to
you
your winger. See,
But,
he don't know wingman etiquette.
Coleman probably wouldn't be my wingman either. The height, no.
But you gotta finesse this up, Jones. Like,
So who would
check
be
this
the wing
out.
person then?
Check this out. Like, if you
That's
know,
why I would go solo. I don't
No.
need you go. So, like I said, a 6 gonna look better by themselves than next to an 8.
so who you
Quite
shooting
the
for?
300s look good until they next to a
Billy.
panel.
So, like, I got a question.
Okay,
Okay,
nice
cool.
cars though.
Yeah, but put them side by side.
Which one you want?
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. You gotta set yourself up when you got a winger in your position in order to do what it is what you trying to do. I'm trying to tell you, like, for example, if I got Hollis as my winger, I'm gonna make sure that the group that we shooting at, I can't lose. Like this is not about to be a 8 with a 4 or
Y'all not-
8 with my.
y'all
I'ma
not gonna
make
do my boy
if
Hollis like
Hollis with
this.
my winger, we shooting at 2 9s. We shooting at an 8 and a 7 or something. Like this is about to. I'm about to set myself up for success with a top tier winger. But now if I know I'm with a winger that's on par with me or below, I ain't trying to diss nobody, or I wouldn't do that. But if I know that my wing person ain't gonna outshine me, then I can kind of finesse like you. I can just shoot at, like, I know I can aim for the Chrysler. Okay. But if I know that I'm rolling with a top dog, I'm gonna make sure that both of them Chryslers. I ain't shooting at.
But we both know there are things called groupies, right? And let's say if you're a famous musician, but your homeboy is just your friend. You just a friend of a famous musician. He still gets the same access to the women.
Residual box.
He's still gonna.
He's going to get residual box.
So I don't want y'all to be like, just because I got this person with me that I can't still accomplish these type women, because that dude can still help you get those type women. Well, just off the street that you friends with them.
Yeah, that's true. But in Jones' point, we trying to make sure the winger don't end up like bruh from our 5 heartbeats. It's like, we ain't trying to send you over there to play Shy Brother and then you end up leaving with the bad chick. Like, this is not what we try to avoid that. So to avoid with Jones, because, like, trust me, like he said, you send Hollis over there with the 8 and the 4.
Y'all start doing my boy Hollis like this.
If you try to shoot at the 8, you ain't getting the 8.
What?
The 8 gon' want Hollis.
What if
Shout out to you, Holly.
What if your game is better than the person you think is of higher status than you? What if your game is better?
You in a tough situation.
How?
If
your game better, we know women listen when they feel stuff through their ears.
Do you think most
if your game is better?
You want to go back to pretty privilege? Because if you are already more aesthetically pleasing, the less game that you need. If you already on the lesser tier, the more game that you need. So for somebody that's aesthetically pleasing with game, you lost. Because we ain't about to sit here like you sending chopped liver out. He got the game plus the juice. Hey, trust me. Hey, and it's only shout out to my guy.
Do you think most people in our group
lose? Don't set yourself up for a loss.
Hell no.
Y'all know when Hollis see this, he just gonna shake his head, right?
We don't. That's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you about is he gonna shake his head. I didn't ask you he gonna laugh. None of that. I asked you, Do you think in this group
It's a strong possibility
Strong possibility of what?
what's strong possibility what?
that he got more gay. It's a strong possibility.
So it's like what a Joker, big Joker,
But I ain't look. I mean, I wouldn't
small-
necessarily
small
say
Joker?
that.
Big Deuce.
I mean, I can't quantify that because I don't know
Big
how
Joker.
everybody is in the
That's what I
outside
just
setting.
said. I said the big Joker.
I'm saying the Big Joker too.
Oh, okay.
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh my bad. He said the what? He said the big Deuce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he wild.
Hollis is such a great person. You guys don't listen to him.
Yeah, wild.
These
he
fools.
wild. He just want to be.
He's a
small.
great
Just
person.
clowning, man. But look, we just kind of like trying to set some examples up. But I'm just trying to let you know, if you wanna, you gotta kind of pick and choose, you know, the situation accordingly with your winger. This is wingman 101.
But y'all told me shoot or shoot, so it shouldn't matter, huh?
Hey, look,
How
that's
many
true
people
too,
in this crew and you think it's shooters?
man.
No, you one of them.
Hell
It's time to cut this shit short. Niggas lying already. Let me get off this shit quick.
Hey, we ain't gonna get started, man. I created.
we not even finna lie
Well, I ain't gonna say I
on-
created TBSN because it came from Lil Wayne.
What
but
TBSN
I damn
mean?
near coined it.
Talk.
Talk big shit, nigga, and don't do Naya Chin.
You the most TBSN nigga I know.
Hey man, well, I mean,
Is he?
I created it. Well, hey, don't say it yourself. Don't say
That's
it.
the question. Is he?
I'm not,
Yes.
I might
I
be
can't
the
think of nobody
poster-
else.
I might be the poster for TBSN, but I'm not the only one who has had TBSN moments.
agree with that.
If you lived past the age of 22, you should probably have TBSN moments.
Hey man, we've all been there, man. We done got stuck before. I know I have. I don't get what nobody
You didn't
say.
use your pretty privilege? What you mean?
I wouldn't necessarily say I have that, sir.
You say you've been on both sides of the spectrum.
I mean, it just depends on who you asking. It's in the eye of the beholder. I wouldn't necessarily
is
say
true.
that. I wouldn't say that, but some people would say. Thank you for the compliment.
I don't know what this like.
And with that being said, we appreciate y'all for watching. If you want to send in some questions,
Send them in.
Hey, send it in. man.
DM
DM.
Uncork'd
Message.
on IG or look at the link in the description and it'll be there. Until next
Subscribe.
time. Oh yeah.
Before
All
you
that good shit.
before you exit out this video, click the like button and subscribe, please. Please. I mean, if you don't, fuck you. But it is what it
I
is.
ain't saying please.
Don't worry, man.
Man, say please.
Please.